Let me show you how easy it is to animate your artwork using the Photoshop templates. Here we have the full animation template. To use these templates, we need to open the timeline panel. To do that, go to Windows and select Timeline. The timeline panel will then appear at the bottom like this. As you can see, the frames have already been pre-prepared in advance, so you don't have to adjust each frame individually anymore. First step is to hide the cover layer after you have read the instructions. So just go ahead and hide that like this. When you're done, next step is to add your artwork into the Artwork Smart Object. You have to double click this icon right here, and then a new window will pop out. You are going to add your artwork here, and then you're going to hide this layer as the instructions is saying. So let me open up my artwork and drag it to this smart object. And then let me transform this by hitting Control T or going to Edit and then Free Transform. Let me just drag the top and bottom and move it to the center. Enter to finish. And then we're going to hide the layer. Once we're done with this, we're now going to save and close this smart object. Saving. When it's done, close the smart object, go back to your template, and then hit play. Easy as that. Now you already have an animated artwork just like that. Now I'm going to show you how to use the individual letter animation templates. Here I have the individual animation template. This is for centered letters animation. Same with the full animation templates or the orange covers. The animation or the frames have already been prepared, so you don't have to create your own animation from scratch. Steps are the same, but slightly different because we're going to animate the letters individually. So the first step is to hide the cover layer once you have finished reading the instructions. Next step is to add our letters inside the Artwork Smart Objects. So we have it here, letter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to put the first letter here in the Smart Object, second letter here in the Smart Object, third here, fourth here, fifth here, and then sixth here. So let us start adding our first letter. Let us double click the thumbnail here. So this new window open up, and we're going to place our first letter here. So let us go back to our artwork, use rectangular marquee, and let us just select our first letter. Let us copy this by going to copy, edit, copy, or Control C, and then paste it here, Control V, or edit, and then paste. Let us fit our letter inside this box by transforming it, going to edit and free transform or Control T. And now let us resize it to fit the box. Once we're done, same thing. Let us hide the background and then save and then close. Our first letter has now been applied to all of the frames. Now let us add in our second letter. Let us double click the thumbnail of this letter 2 smart object. Let us go back to our artwork, and using the selection tool, let us select the letter A, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste it here in our smart object. Let us fit this again, so we're going to transform this, Control T, and let us drag the base here, like this. Hit Enter and hide our background, hit Save, Control S, and then close this window. As you can see, the second letter has already been added into our animation. So we're going to do the same thing for our letter 3, letter 4, 5, and 6. Our sixth letter is an exclamation point, so we're going to add it here as well. Now that we have finished adding all of the letters into our smart objects, the next step is to hit play. And there you have it. Individual animation of your lettering. Easy as that, right? Now let me show you how to animate your artwork by using the add-on templates. Here we have an add-on template. This template will add an animated blinking stars to your artwork. So the first step is similar to the first and two types of templates. We're going to hide the cover after we have read the instructions. So go ahead and hide that. Next is we're going to add our artwork inside Smart Object. This Smart Object, so we're going to double click the thumbnail to open up the Smart Object, and then let us drag our artwork into the Smart Object. Now we're going to position it just like that. You have the sketch layer here so that you'll see how well your artwork is going to work with this template. But when you're done with everything, hide the sketch layer and the instructions layer. Same thing, we're going to save, and then we're going to close this Smart Object. Going back to our template, next step is to hit play, and there you now have our animation. If you want to change the background color, feel free to double click this background solid color layer and then change it to whatever color you want, and then hit play to have a different background color. Easy, right? Now, how to export your new GIF. Go to File, Export, and select Save for Web Legacy. A new window will pop up. We can zoom it out to see our GIF, and then hit play to preview what it's gonna look like. When you're done, just click Save, and you now have your new GIF file. So that's how you use the Photoshop templates. All you have to do is to hide the cover and then add your artwork into the Smart Objects. If you're working with the full animation or the add-on animation template, you only need to add your artwork once inside one Smart Object. But if you're using the individual animation templates, you need to add in one letter at a time. So yeah, there you have it. Super easy to animate using these Photoshop templates. As you can see, it only took us a few minutes to animate our work. I hope you enjoy using this pack, and I hope these animation templates will elevate and make your artwork more interesting. Feel free to share it with me at niconang.co, NICONG.co, and I would love to see your animated work. That's it. Keep creating and have fun.